Hi, everyone. Happy Thursday, and welcome to this episode of ThinkTank Thursday. I'm Candi Kelley, your host for this week. Thank you for taking time to choose to watch this and join us. Before I jump in, I got to give a shout out to my 2023 Think Tank sponsors. We are so appreciative and grateful for the support that they give us, which allows us to bring you episodes each and every week. So this year for 2023, we are thankful for Simnox, Redemption Plus, Roller Software, Betson, and Delta Strike. Hopefully we'll have a representative from each one of those sponsors on a future Think Tank so you guys can get to know them a little bit better and learn why we love them so much. So we all know that on Thursdays, Trainertainment likes to take a little bit of time away from the doing and spend some little time thinking about our business, ways that we can improve, different things like that. And so today, I am going to spend that time with you because I've had something on my mind. It's been Valentine's Day. And I'm actually recording this on Valentine's Day for it to go out on Thursday, the 16th. So by the time that you watch this, Valentine's Day has passed, and we've shown love to everyone. We've shown love to our partners. We've shown love to our children. If your kids are in school, you've shown love to teachers and classroom sets of Valentine cards that you've been putting together. It's Kindness Month where my kids go to school. So we've shown love to the mailmen, to the community helpers in our area. So lots of love and appreciation have been going out this month, which is awesome. But it made me think, did you consider showing love and appreciation to your team members, to your employees, amidst all of this other love and appreciation that you've been sending out to everyone else? How have you done that? I know 2023 has been awesome. According to several clients that we have, and for me reading on the Facebook forums, 2023 has started off with a bang for most of you. A lot of you have been talking about breaking previously set revenue records, having tons of birthday parties, group events are back, and our team members have served and loved all of the guests that have been coming into our doors. And now it's time to return the favor, guys. But I understand, right? Your company's thriving and you keep meaning to do something nice for your employees. I have a couple of clients that have been talking about doing an employee appreciation day. But that keeps getting kicked down the road a little bit further and a little bit further because of life is so busy. And it never makes it to the top of your to-do list. You need to show appreciation and love to your employees, but how do you do that? I mean, after all, there's always tomorrow, right? Wrong. There is not always tomorrow, especially in a job market like we currently have going on. So you must show your employees love today. And it doesn't have to be something huge and elaborate, but we've got to find ways to show love to our employees so they understand how much they're needed and how much they are appreciated. Don't worry, Trainertainment's here to the rescue to show you some ideas, maybe get all of the ideas flowing in that brain of yours, to show you ideas for how you can show some love this week of Valentine's Day and in the future. So let's dive into some of those tips. First one is an easy one. My background, pre-family entertainment centers, comes from hospitality and restaurants. And let me tell you, employees always loved when there was a special snack or treat for them to have. So perhaps you could have an ice cream sundae or a candy bar where they get vanilla ice cream. You have a couple of toppings they can choose, and they get to enjoy an ice cream sundae. I've had them where they were like cups, these little cone cups, and they got different kinds of candies like sweet tarts and Sour Patch Kids and all that, and they kind of filled their bag of candy out there. Perhaps there is a local bakery near you that makes some amazing, delectable cookies. Then you can bring in a tray of those. You can even just go to your local Costco or Sam's Club. They have big trays of cookies just to show some loves. Perhaps after a long shift where it was really busy and they really were top-notch, stayed on their game, perhaps you just throw in a few extra pizzas in the oven and bring them out for the employees to snack on. Whatever it is, doesn't have to be that big of a deal, But the fact that you thought about them, brought in maybe something that's a little bit different, or surprised them with it, will make a big impact in showing your appreciation for work well done. So that's one tip, surprising them with some kind of special snack or treat. Another tip we have is maybe set aside some time for your employees to bond together. So I know High Caliber Karting and Entertainment, which is in Michigan, closes for an Employee Appreciation Day and Training Day. So they cover training, they cover appreciation of their employees. They do this once a quarter. I love this idea because it's continuous investment into your employees. It allows them to get to know each other, create a tighter bond. And when you have a tighter bond amongst your team, then they want to perform well. They don't want to let down the people that they like and know and work well with. And it's constantly treating training not like a one-time event, but this ongoing thing where once a quarter they focus on a couple of things and give more training to their staff. So love that idea. I have heard of people who did just a potluck with their staff. And so they opened up their center. Staff were able to bring their own cupcakes, cookies, whatever they wanted to make, dip. They set out a table, made it a munchie table, and they opened the facility up for free play for about 2 hours on like a Sunday night, and let the staff play together and get to hang out, get some snacks, all of that stuff. So it makes your team come together more as a unified group, creates a better bond. Better bond creates a better culture, especially if you're always at the same time throwing in some training to reinforce your core values, your mission, your vision, and the correct processes that your location wants. So allowing your team to bond is another way to show love and appreciation. Number 3 that I have for you today is look for ways to reward your employees at random. I have come across a few business owners who go to their locations at random with a pocket full of appreciation tokens in the form of money. And they're looking for employees that are doing something right. We find ourselves so often getting caught up in coaching employees and telling them what they did wrong or how they can improve and all that. It's way more fun to do the positive reinforcement thing and find employees who are doing the amazing job that you want them to do and reward them for that, and then let everybody else know that they were rewarded for that. So I've known some business owners who would go, and if they saw an employee who was picking up trash in the parking lot on the way into their shift, here, have $10 out of their pocket, take advantage of it. If they're going out of their way to make a kid feel at ease and, like, let's say laser tag, or the kid didn't have anyone to play with, and so the employee jumped in and was like, I'll play against you. Awesome. Here's your $20 bonus. It can be cash. You can get you can do some exchange with some local businesses and get some exchange gift cards. We used to do this with movie tickets with our local theater. We used to do this with the local bakery where they could go get a cookie and a Coke. But there are always, and so when you see someone randomly doing something good, you can show them some love. I also like some of the other ideas of a more formal type of recognition, but still at random. So I worked for a restaurant in college, and their reward system was one of my favorite that I've ever participated in. And so they had these cards made. And so it was just the size of a business card. And then at the bottom, it was perforated and you cut it off. And it was like, you got caught doing something good. Thanks for living our values. And then you would write your name there. You got the card. So as the employee, you got to keep the card that showed that you got recognized for doing something good. But that little strip got dropped into a drawing. Once a quarter, the restaurant had an all-employee meeting, and all of the times you're caught doing good, all of those little things were dropped into the thing, and they would do drawings for prizes. And the prizes would be everything from a $5 gas card to a television. And so you just never knew, and they would start at the lower prizes. The more times you got acknowledged for doing something good, the more times your name got dropped into the hat. There wasn't a limit how many times your name could be drawn out. And so you just hope that you would get something. And that was one of my favorite, because you didn't know what level of prize you're going to do. You never knew when you'd get recognized. It was something that you could carry with you, so you knew how you could keep up with how many times your name was in the drawing. And then it brought everyone together once a quarter, and we celebrated each other winning these prizes. So that was one of my favorite ones that I've ever participated in my career. Now, so 3, look for ways to reward your employees. Preferably positive reinforcement, preferably at random. 4 out of the 5 ways I'm going to give you tips I'm going to give you today is to show your employees some love on social media. I really like enjoying reading the Meet Our Team post from companies and businesses that I follow on social media. I love seeing like my favorite person at my local Chick-fil-A be focused on for that social media post, or my favorite server that we have at a restaurant here called Jefferson's being recognized. I like seeing that and learning more about them. One company that I know in our industry that does this really well with their Team Member Tuesday series, the Works on the Riverfront, which is located in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, does an excellent job of this. And I will link to one of their social media posts where they said, meet their team member. And they just got some basic information, favorite color, favorite food, things like that. But it humanizes your employees. It gives them the spotlight, and allows them to be proud about where they work and be acknowledged. And so I love that, to show some love and appreciation as well. My 5th and last tip for you guys this week is to allow your employees to express their feelings for one another. So I know post-pandemic, when everybody started working at home, there were a lot of platforms that came out that were strictly made to show kudos to employees for doing a good job. Well, just because we're back to working face-to-face and looking at everyone does not mean that has to stop. And so you can have a kudos bulletin board. You can have an employee communication channel, whether you use a Slack, a Zoho Click, a Facebook page, whatever it is you may use, where you can give shout out, where they can give shout out to each other, or any other means that you can think of to where they can acknowledge what they did for one another. So instead of your management staff always having to be the one to acknowledge it, they can get acknowledged by their peers and their coworkers. So I would also, encourage this, reward them for showing appreciation for one another. When you hear of it, make sure that everyone knows about it, and share that near and far and wide. So those are my 5 tips. Just to recap, we're going to surprise employees with maybe a special snack or treat. We need to set aside time for our employees and team members to bond together. We need to look for ways to acknowledge and reward employees at random. We're going to show some love on social media, and we're going to allow them to express their own kudos to each other. So those are your 5 tips for showing love and appreciation this week of Valentine's. Guys, I know we are all aware of the unprecedented challenges that are going on in every industry. Every industry is facing this, and finding enough workers to fill all the positions. According to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, 3 million fewer Americans are working today than in February of 2020. And if every unemployed person in the country found work, there would still be 4 million open jobs available out there. And so the labor shortage is there. It is real. And so during this labor shortage, one of your best defense strategies is to ensure that the employees are coming, that are showing up, that are performing, that are giving good service to your guests, that they know that they're appreciated, needed, and that we show them some love. So I hope that these 5 tips have helped you think of ways to show appreciation to your employees, but I want to know what you're doing. So I'd love to hear what other people are doing. I'd love for you guys to inspire each other. So please leave a comment and letting me know, what are you doing right now? What's the most recent thing you've done to show love and appreciation to your staff members? Put them in the comments so other people can see them, so that we can all be inspired by one another. So that's it for this week's episode. Thank you guys for spending your time with me. Again, thank you to my 2023 Think Tank sponsors. If you want to be a guest on Think Tank, send me an email, candi@trainertainment.net. I would love to talk about whatever it is that is on your mind. And we'll see you next time. Catch you on the next episode. Have a great day.